Hello, everyone. Welcome to TekTalk in KROOM. I'm your host, Patrick. I'm so delighted to have you joining us on our inaugural edition of TekTalk. Thank you for being here with us on this exciting journey. Many people ask, what is KROOM? KROOM is a platform dedicated to bringing you the most incredible experience of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. It is a data clean room, a private and secure media room, which gives you peace, security, and privacy. We will be discussing two important topics tonight. The first topic is how data clean room can power your digital transformation without violating user privacy. And second topic is how you can leverage on data clean room to improve customer experience, innovation, and growth. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn from our two wonderful speakers who are experts on the topics of digital transformation and data clean room. Our first speaker is Mr. Vijay, who is sitting next to me in our studio. He is the Managing Director of Vipa Malaysia, Sendran Bahat, and visionary founder, president, and CEO of Vipa Corporation, a technology activator headquartered in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, USA. He has more than 17 years hands-on experience in internet service delivery platforms, video interactive and intelligent cloud, as well as privacy and onion layer security, just to name a few. A very warm welcome to you, Vijay.
Thank you very much, Patrick.
Our next speaker, our second speaker, is Dr. Ahmad Moradi, who is joining us live from Florida, USA. He is an ICT serial entrepreneur veteran with 43 plus years of first-hand experience. His education studies in various fields of math, science, engineering with PhD degrees has led him to learn symbolic AI. Once he was able to transform himself into a knowledge engineer, in which he introduced several game-changing business and technology innovations, earning him 36 plus induction in who is who in the US and the world. Currently, he is working as Nextest and Maxwell Penn's CEO. He has been instrumental in filing several IP patents and technology in healthcare, media, advertising, and real-time streaming. A very warm welcome to you. Good morning, Dr. Moradi.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for being with us.
So without further ado, let me invite our first speaker, Mr. Vijay, to give his view on the two topics that we will be discussing tonight. So Vijay, can you tell our audience, our viewers, how data clean rooms can power the digital transformation without violating user data privacy, and how user can leverage on KROOM, the data clean room, to improve their customer experience, innovation, and growth?
Thank you, Patrick. Firstly, KROOM is a platform. It's not an app where you have got no download and no install, minding and respecting user privacy and security. And it's permission-based, and the data is very highly encrypted. So that means we will not share data in KROOM with other third parties without any permission. And secondly, is the users now are able to utilize KROOM and integrate all their e-commerce services, their social media services, and embeddables in the room with widgets, and also do their streaming and broadcasting. And data clean room is very highly private and secure. So this is where now KROOM becomes the value differentiation and value proposition for the users, where they are mindful, their user privacy is respected, and their security is now minded. The second question, I think Dr. Moradi would be much more appropriate to answer that question. Dr. Moradi, over to you, sir.
Thank you. The process of KROOM and bringing it to the market has been result of several years of research, development, and working in collaboration with many publishers, advertising, and TV networks and studios around the globe, where we could learn from them as well as applying the best use cases and practices for KROOM, that it can provide privacy, security, and allow them to obtain or receive information, as well as being able to use that rooms for their own personal or business or broadcasting or collaboration use. So with that in foundation, we have created a series of subjects that we will share in the future as part of TekTalk shows, that we will educate our audience, help them to understand that our most important value proposition comes through them, with them, by them. And the idea of interaction is really learning from our own clients, what they desire to have, what they don't like to have, and add those kind of services through KROOM at two spectrum, as a broadcaster and a publisher, that we provide all the newspapers and everything else, and other content like TekTalk, as well as being able to use it, like Mr. Vijay said, for their own business or personal or entertainment use. Back to you.
Thank you, Vijay and Dr. Moradi, on your sharing on KROOM and the insightful knowledge about KROOM. Now, before we go in depth into the discussion on KROOM and its capabilities and the uniqueness of KROOM, I want to ask you a question, Dr. Moradi. Will third-party cookies be really gone at the end of 2023 or 2024? Will we be living in a cookieless society by 2024? And what will be the impact for the advertisers and the publishers when the third-party data or third-party cookies are really gone?
Yes. The perspective and the process actually started back in 2021 by one of the leading manufacturers and service provider, that they said they will no longer support cookies of the second generation, third generation, and so forth. Because of the privacy and security laws in certain regions, like GDPR in Europe or California Consumer Protection Act called CCCPA, and the other aspect that is happening around the globe, data has become extremely important. So the browsers of the industries during 2023, in collaboration with the industry leaders like Interactive Advertising Bureau, Forrester Research, Gartners, the institutions that they safeguard and they bring the best of the best to the industry, they decided to move into a transition that it remove all the second, third, and fourth parties. Thereby, it impacted all the advertisers, the search engines, and so forth. So subsequently, we are going through this migration. This will happen to everyone. It's not only exclusive to K-Media, to companies, to the institutions that around the globe we are working. In fact, 67% of the CMOs, Chief Marketing Officers, right now are preparing or planning or in the midst of migrating their existing data into what we call data clean rooms, that it comes as an end result, which is your KROOM. But there are other prerequisites called identity resolutions and also what you call client data platform, CDP. And these processes allows us now to have a first-party data with the client's permission, with the consumer, with the advertisers, broadcasters. So therefore, everything that it gets done is with their consent, with their approval. And this way we maintain the sacred relationship of K-Media's history over the last 60 years to the next 60 years and so. Back to you.
Thank you. Now, Vijay, users are often concerned about the privacy of their personal information and data. They worry about data breaches, unauthorized access to their personal accounts, and how data are being collected, stored, and used by the online websites and services. So can you elaborate further the uniqueness of KROOM and how it can help to protect the information and data that being used by the user in KROOM?
Okay. Well, firstly, what happens is like what Dr. Moradi elaborated just now. KROOM is equipped with a platform known as Client Data Platform. So, and before I answer that, what has happened here in Malaysia is, I think if everybody Googles, we will know that our National Registration Department has been hacked and the data has been sold in the dark web. So that means the identity of Malaysians have been tainted. So KROOM enables through the client data platform, whereby what happens now is KROOM, we literally wash, clean, and parcel this data and relay through the clean data platform connected to the data clean rooms for the broadcast. So that's the first step in protecting the user's privacy and security. And also KROOM is permission based and the data is very highly encrypted. So without permission, nobody shares data. So when you do conduct transactions, your e-commerce transactions, your payment gateway, you are protected with optional onion layer security. So this is where now KROOM becomes the catalyst to privacy and security, broadcast, collaboration, and communications.
Okay, thank you. So let me go back to Dr. Moradi to elaborate a little bit further on KROOM features. So you talk about data privacy, you talk about the onion layer security and all that, So can you share with our viewers how KROOM can inform and communicate and educate the eyes feature, Can you give some of the example of the eyes feature in KROOM that can benefit our user?
Yes, there will be a separate broadcast over this particular question that you'll have. But today we're going to touch upon it a little bit. And it is important for people to understand that there is a journey we are taking in the fourth industrial revolution. We are transitioning from what we call Web 2.0 to Web 3.0. We are moving into blockchain technologies. We are moving to the AI technologies, to many things that it's uncharted for everyone. So one of the decisions that it provides, KROOM provides that safety and security, that it's a room that allows the users to engage, as Mr. Vijay mentioned, broadcast, collaborate, like you just talked about, the ICE, which stands for inform, communicate, and educate. And the objective of these rooms are to be a gateway, a corridor for the citizens, the population, the readers, the viewers, that they can come inside the room primarily. Example of this right now, you see the streaming of this room has sidebar on the left, and every one of these sidebars have an icon that is connected to your publishing. So when somebody clicks on the first online, you can see the curtain opens on the left, and automatically the content can appear. And then they can even enlarge that if they like to and read about it, or they can change to other publishing based on their preferred language, including the TFM that is available in this room. Now, the good part about it is the sidebar that you see on the left will have additional options and features that is going to be introduced over the next few weeks, months, and so forth. So there is always a good reason to come to K Media and to KROOM and enjoy and listen to TekTalk, because we're going to pack it with a lot of goods, services, technologies. But more importantly, what matters to both of us is understanding and appreciating the value of our viewers, our subscribers, our brands, our advertisers, and how we can serve them. And through these digital media rooms, where we call Data Clean Room, it's normally empty. So there is nothing in it. So imagine just like an empty room, you enter, right? Then you decide what you want, how you want to decorate. For that purpose, we created what we call Digital Media Room, happens to be the most powerful data clean room that now powers KROOM. And KROOM now has many variables inside of them. For example, it connects to media players, over 125 of them. It connects to the content delivery network for streaming and broadcasting. So when we want to feature an event, our guests invite their friends, they can share the link together, and they watch the streaming in a form of what we call watch parties. So there will be many watch parties coming from KROOM and TekTalk, and we hope our audience participate. On the other side of it, where you see a line on the top where it shows the KROOM name, the TekTalk, there are also areas where we can provide services called to action. For example, our audience can read their e-paper there, but if they need help, for example, they can click on Get Help button and get assistance online or schedule it or share their concerns. Or if they missed an event, they can click on the last week and get updated about it because, as you know, we all have a busy schedule. We may not all attend online. And on the right-hand side, what we have done is we have created a way to integrate services, technologies, platforms, other SaaS models that you feel is important to our audiences and clients. And that is why it's important to build a relationship in a bilateral communications, to listen to our audience, respect their privacy, apply their needs and desire inside this room, and provide them back with a service that it goes beyond publishing. Back to you, Patrick.
Thank you. Now, Vijay, this question is for you. Assuming KROOM is private and secure with the onion layer security, what are the other benefits that you can think of that can attract a user to sign up? Why should I use KROOM?
Okay, now that will be a two-part answer. Okay, I'll answer that as a human, and then I will answer that through what when we ask AI, ChatGPT's answer. Firstly is KROOM gives you the opportunity, gives the subscribers the opportunity on a personalized room away from the noise in the internet. And also now they are able to integrate their services in one place where they can come in and enjoy those services in their private and secured manner. For instance, you can integrate telemedicine, telehealth, education, you can integrate government services, you can integrate AR, VR, MR, you can integrate blockchain, banking, financial, insurance services in KROOM, and also you can integrate metaverse, blockchain. So all these opportunities are available in KROOM where it's not available with other platforms and other services. So this is where it becomes a unique proposition. And further to that is KROOM now is very suitable for rural area deployment. And being mindful of a company emanating from East Malaysia, it is very suitable for East Malaysians in the rural areas now to receive their communications, broadcasts, and collaboration services through KROOM. Now, KROOM becomes their corridor to digital economy, bridging the gap between East and West Malaysia. So that's the part of the answer that I'm answering as a human. Now, let's see what ChatGPT had to say.
All right.
An unbiased opinion. Okay. So why use KROOM? Now, this is the answer by ChatGPT. KROOM is a powerful AI-driven platform that enables businesses to streamline their operations and better serve their customers. With KROOM, you can automate tasks, gain insights from analytics, and quickly respond to customer requests. KROOM also offers advanced features like natural language processing and machine learning to unlock the full potential of artificial intelligence. So that's an unbiased reply from AI. So KROOM has got tremendous other potential that we do not want to overwhelm the subscribers. So after subscription and through our TekTalk channel, as and when we go forward, we will slowly disclose to the users in order not to overwhelm them again on the various functions that are there. Because I believe as the architect, Dr. Moradi has integrated many players inside KROOM, and the potential is tremendous. And the most important thing is it is private, secure, and the data is very highly encrypted and it's permission based.
Thank you. So, Doctor, with regards to cybersecurity threats, users are worried about various cybersecurity threats such as malware, viruses, phishing scams, and even identity theft. So, These threats can lead to financial losses or even compromise sensitive information. What is your comment on this in relation to KROOM? Like, for example, in Malaysia, many people have been falling victims to the online scams and fraudulent activities, such as fake websites and schemes and deceptive marketing tactics and others. So is KROOM equipped with the protection to prevent all these abuses from happening? Or should I ask, if such abuse happen, what action will KROOM take?
Great questions. Let's start with the cybersecurity side of the subject. Being in the IT business and ICT market for the last 43 years and building backup and offsite and data security, I can tell you security, it's a 24/7 awareness, first of all. That starts with the consumers. Because consumers, generally speaking, they download apps. Their intentions are sincere, but they become or they fall victim of those apps or downloads that they install. And then they have time bomb on them, or they have malware or ransomware or any of this kind of what we call bad actors that they try to get to your systems and take advantage of your privacy and so forth, becomes part of the challenge. And subsequently, this process has taken out different directions because there are bad actors that now they are using technologies such as AI to create a greater advantage for themselves. While cybersecurity, it's a national subject matter. And in my opinion, every country should protect their data and protect their citizens. And it is beyond our jurisdiction because it's a national effort. It has to be happening by the national cybersecurity with the government blessing, with the policies in effect, and the people that they embrace their citizens for the next generation, because we are in the digital economy. And if our data is already in the dark web, the danger of scammers taking the credit cards, the information, the bank account informations are very likely. So subsequently, what we need to do is we have to create a new slate. And that slate really became a process that right now we are going through this journey with KROOM. And I'd like to share that with our colleagues a little bit on the screen share so we can take a look at some of those aspects of it and get some feedback of what we are referring to. In the KROOM, where you can obviously participate and take a look at it, is my screen share that I present to you now. And as you can see, KROOM comes with two services right now, and we encourage our audience to register and decide which program they like to choose. But our preference for our audience is on the premium side. So today, as we talk about premium and moving forward toward this kind of process, then the goal is to offer two kinds of rooms to our audience. One is the standard, like you see in here, where the content and everything else is broadcasted and is controlled by K-Media. In other words, we will not have anything alien other than the use and availability of the service through these rooms. The next room is a private room that is designed for the subscribers, that it can expand up to 1,000 connections inside the room, and it can provide them with the variety of services, including what we just talked about, and the programs that we will be using through ICE and TekTalk, educating the market how they will be using this. Some of the examples of this kind of rooms that we talked about is very important, but more importantly for us is our audience to register inside the KROOM, so the data that we receive is permitted and granted by them. And then subsequently we can go into areas where other programs come in. But for now, I think the best thing to do is allow our audience to understand and appreciate that we have a mission to protect their data first, and then after the protection of the data, to provide them with a gateway that we can bring a a variety of content, interaction, technologies, and so forth, media, entertainment, that it becomes available. So KROOM as a secured way is very powerful, but there are always exceptions. Exceptions are what we call the bad actors. So the first thing that we create as a communication is if there is any complaint or any concern, we get a notification. With that notification, we suspend the client's or the subscriber's account till further investigation. And if investigation leads into discoveries, either we release the room back to them or we suspend them and we remove them from the entire system. So we are just want to make sure that well-intentioned, the use of the technology for the good purposes are incorporated and mitigate that. Beyond the scene, we use a lot of technologies because about 1/3 of our net stairs as a general working in this global market in the last 24 years has been basically distracting and removing the bad actors, the attackers, the hackers. So in general, as a rule of thumb, we get 1/3 of our traffic in attacks. So we are cognizant about it. Our management team, our engineering team, our network team, along with the partners that we have in the supply chain, they all constantly working to ensure the continuity of the service and mitigate those kind of activities from bad actors. Back to you.
Thank you. Another question with regards to also the spread of fake news and also misinformation on the internet. Maybe
Right.
also Dr. Moradi can answer this. All these fake news, misinformation on the internet can lead to confusion or even influence on decision making. What are the steps that KROOM can take or will take to ensure that these things will not happen, or rather, if these things happen, what action will KROOM take to resolve it?
Firstly is through ICE, we inform, communicate and educate our subscribers. And secondly is now the government of the day has got control because K Media is a locally incorporated company that owns KROOM. So if there is a problem or there is an adverse publicity or fake news, they can immediately contact K Media and then K Media can take down that news. We can address it immediately. And secondly is when the subscriber utilizes KROOM, that it's permission based. So we try to encourage them to avoid this situation through education and giving them the knowledge. But other than that, like what Dr. Moradi so eloquently said, we will take it down immediately upon complaint. So that is the only way that we can provide this kind of education to the subscribers so that they understand. So the bad actors, when they want to come in, the job is to keep them away from coming in because KROOM is very high. The data is highly encrypted and it's permission based. So it's not easily conducted. So if there is a problem, we will take it down. The government can inform immediately to K Media and we will bring it down. Dr. Moradi, do you want to add on to that?
Yes, on a subject of fake news and information, first of all, KROOM that are used for broadcasting, where the subscribers receive their newspapers and content from TekTalk or from K Media, are always will be maintained with the same sustainability that you have done over the last 60 years. Nothing will change. You're controlling the content, you're controlling everything. And if you send that content the way that you are always being very cognizant about it, to make sure that the content does not mix with fake news or a negative subjects that it impacts the population, then subsequently the driver's seat comes back to K Media. This is how we have positioned the rooms. So the rooms are like a TV, a recipient station. They have the buttons that they can push, receive content, and engage. But inside their own room, they have their own privacies. So if they want to share content or YouTube or Facebook or Vimeo or this kind of content that is available on social media, we really have no control of it because the parties inside the room are sharing among each other. Now, as Mr. Vijay mentioned to you, and you eloquently discussed this earlier, is being proactive with the bad actors and making sure that if we receive any kind of notification, we do not neglect it, we do not put it behind, we just take immediate actions. And that is one of the reasons that we put that get help button up there inside the rooms. So this way you can alert us, you can assist us, but communication in life that we are doing and serving the public at large, it's a responsibility that we have taken it at heart to ensure the safety and the mechanism and the privacy of all of these factors are in place. And that is one of the reasons, like Mr. Vijay said, Patrick, we did not go into the route that everybody went with the download, install apps, and tell you to download this. Is just basically a share a link. And sharing a link allows you through your browser to allow to empower or enable your webcam and your microphone, and then subsequently you can enter inside the room. Back to you.
Thank you. There are also online harassment, hate speech, cyberbullying, which can create a hostile online environment. Are there any adequate steps or preventive measures to be taken to stop this kind of abuses if we have such kind of abuses in KROOM?
Actually, this again boils down to ICE. Inform, communicating, educating the subscribers, the users, and giving them the knowledge. And KROOM itself is equipped, with machine learning and artificial intelligence, right? So it depends on us on how we educate the consumers. And using KROOM, this can be mitigated. But again, the bad actors, if it happens, you can't avoid it. We will immediately take it down upon complaint. Because remember, the room belongs to the subscriber. It's theirs. Okay, that's why it's private and secure. This is their own private cloud. This is their own private platform where they are able to broadcast their content. The general idea is to service with the subscribers with privacy and security. To keep the bad actors away, we can filter and we can try to do a lot of monitoring to see whether it can help. But other than that, I think probably Dr. Moradi will have something to say as well.
Correct. There are three or several layers that we should look at it from what we call a helicopter viewpoint. One is external, right? There are geo IPs like Russia, for example, not to mention names, but just example, that they're attackers, okay? So what you want to do is basically what we call geo IP fencing. Geo IP fencing allows you to eliminate areas where you do not want to be exposed. That's one side of the prevention. The other side of the prevention is, as Mr. Vijay mentioned, this is what we call subscriber-centric rooms. In other words, nobody can get inside the room unless the subscriber invites friends, colleagues that they have got what we call the chain of trust, right? Because this is not a public social media, this is a private room, and the room allows them to invite friends. If those friends or colleagues and so forth become, individuals that they do not wish to have, inside the rooms we have built mechanism that they can kick them out and they can get them out of the system so they no longer can have. That is an individual right, privacy that has been given to the premier accounts for the rooms, whereas in the broadcasting room, we have a lot of restrictions just because of the way that we are presenting and broadcasting the content. So we maintain the rights management to it. But when audiences are watching, and let's say, Patrick, you are a guest inside the room and you're using the service as a KROOM, and then you invite Mr. Vijay, right? Now you two are sharing the same content and you're discussing about it and collaborating. So the whole idea of this philosophy of KROOM is bringing everybody together rather than dividing. And bringing them together is sharing thoughts, respecting privacy, and pursuing a way that we all can coexist and create new opportunities for our economy as a whole, and at the same time empower the K-Media as a catalyst to introduce this technology to the region and become a dominant publisher as it has been for the last 60 years. Back to you.
So, Doctor, is KROOM ready for generative AI?
Yes, actually, in our main platform, we have incorporated inside of this room, as you probably can see, there is a ChatGPT button on the side. And my colleague that they're doing the streaming, they click on that button and you see a little sidebar opens up, and it allows you to have the generative ChatGPT or other models, because one of the things about our rooms is we are technology agnostic. We can switch codecs, we can switch people, we can switch technologies, we can add, subtract, because one of the area is technology constantly evolves, as you probably know. And one of the things is KROOM can always, subject to the publisher's approval and projects, is embed or incorporate those services inside these rooms for their audience. So yes, to answer your question, ChatGPT and regenerative AI has been implemented inside the rooms, and audience will have two options through that services. One, they can subscribe through you and obtain generative AI as a service, or they can use their own account and place it in there with their private account, with their premium account that they can use with their own. So these services and abilities have already been implemented. Back to you.
So who will be the likely subscribers, and what kind of business are likely to subscribe KROOM, and how they can grow their businesses or brands with KROOM?
There are many use cases that we can definitely discuss on a broad perspective without getting into the details. Companies that mostly have to create what we call real-time communication. Everybody wants to be involved and connect to their consumers at the end of the day. They want to be able to cater to their services. A DMC, digital media channel, like you're watching in TekTalk, connected to many DMRs, gives the ability to the brands, to the sponsors, to the clients to create a variety of POCs, projects, job fair, events, streaming, all kinds of activities that it can bring in what we call KPI, keep people engaged, interactive, and participating, so therefore they can be part of that service, part of that experience. So KROOM becomes the facilitator of that, and along with that, we believe there are several layers of service that it will be provided through KROOM, targeted toward those. Example is all of our subscribers of K-Media in the Bueno Post and so forth, that they all can become either a standard subscriber or premium subscriber, right? So they can receive the rooms. On the other side, these rooms are going to be registered for them, their name and so forth. But more importantly, now when brands, clients, examples that we can talk about in our past use cases, but more importantly, the sponsors, the advertisers, now they can utilize the KROOM to bring the message directly to their consumers. And K-Media can become the catalyst of introducing a new revolution in advertising that has never been done. I personally researched this from 2013, and I wrote some white papers on it. And unlike CPM or CPC or some of the other derivatives that are being used in the past, we believe cost per time, interactive cost per time, becomes the methodology of the new advertisers, because you have guaranteed eyeballs, you have guaranteed time that you spend, and you have guaranteed content that they share. And those three elements gives K-Media and KROOM an opportunity to present a new paradigm to the sponsors and advertisers without violation of the privacy of their subscribers. Back to you.
So thank you very much for that wonderful answer. Now, many people are not familiar with KROOM, and they might face a learning curve to
Right.
fully utilize all the platform's features that you have explained to us tonight. Are there any user guide, tool, or lesson to educate the user how to use KROOM and the feature inside the room?
Yeah, there will be again, a two-pronged strategy addressing this issue. One is through TekTalk, where we will be educating, informing the subscribers on the various uses of the room. And the other portion is in the digital media room itself, in the KROOM itself. There will be a button there with video guides on what they can do with the room, how do they subscribe, how do they incorporate the left-hand sidebar, right-hand sidebar, the header, how they can change the logos. So all that will be done through the rooms and through TekTalk in time to come in the various episodes that are coming soon.
Our goal is to be proactive with the consumers and the clients, but there are a couple of areas we have to educate our clients. TekTalk is the latest cutting-edge technology, and KROOM supplements that. So more importantly, one of the things we have to look at, Patrick, is the equipment that our consumers use. This is extremely important for them, and that is one of the reasons I advised our team to build a page that it allows them to basically examine their equipment to see if their mobile device or their laptop or any of these things can work. If it works for them, then they can qualify or get pre-qualified for the purpose of what we call KROOM registration. But more importantly, once they registered, right, and they became participant in here, so a preventive measure is taken from the device, because we depend on the device and the browsers. And we recommend to our audience and our colleagues, update your drivers, update your click on tutorial and go to that page. We have built and allowed the customers and the subscribers to get help by a button on the top that they can press, and they get the answers and the questions they need. And more importantly, we start filling those information with the ticketing system, with the frequently asked questions, and avoid those kind of experiences as best as we can. But generally speaking, from our own experience, our technologies are very intuitive, because everything is a button. It's like your turn on electricity. You turn it on, you turn it off. And that's our instruction, really. Just click on the buttons, and then you can experience different things. And based on that experiences, you can see, and that's how we are going to keep adding new buttons, because every time you turn on, you'll have a new experience. Back to you.
So thank you. Beside the video conferencing, the service that now we are in, and also the ICE feature that you are talking about, the inform, communicate, and educate, what other features that KROOM can attract, or what other features that KROOM can provide to enhance user experience? For example, if I am a tourism and travel company, or educational or institution or college or university, how can I make use of KROOM features and to improve my business, or to help me to better enhance my recruitment of the students, if you are an education institution?
Well, now KROOM is equipped with streaming facilities. Okay, you can now stream either through YouTube or use your own streaming services software. And you also have the buttons on the left-hand side of the rooms, where you can now integrate your content for education if you're in the education sector. If you're in the exhibition and the fair, we have collaborated with a company back in the United States that provides a virtual exhibition. And the virtual exhibition now becomes interactive in real time in these rooms, where you can obtain real-time analytics, and you have got the rooms generates and propagates itself. That means you can have many rooms. And now the users there, Dr. Muradi is now sharing the screen, and you can also advertise, and it's through these pavilions in the virtual room in the KROOM itself. So KROOM has got many features for businesses, and the most important part is now in the age of digital economy and Web 3.0, data drives decisions. So now through these virtual exhibition and fairs that you have got in the rooms, where it's connected to artificial intelligence, you obtain data and you drive your decisions. And you can now also have the viewers and the users coming inside the rooms in real time. And the brands now can actually, the users now can utilize the rooms, just like pretty much in your traditional exhibition, you give the bags, you give brochures. Now everything is digitalized. And the rooms are the epitome of this digitalization. You can just give the rooms for the users to take back and use and remember your brand. And as for the education sector, like I said just now, for rural area deployment, it's ideal. You can have seamless education content delivered to the students virtually and without interruption. So KROOM is ideal for these kind of situations. And also telemedicine, where you can now deliver medical services and medicine to the rural areas where it was not possible before through KROOMs. And on top of that, KROOMs can also be integrated with Internet of Things devices, smart cities, AI, big data, and the use is tremendous. As we have several episodes in TekTalk that is coming soon, we will be adding on this content slowly so that we can educate the subscriber, the businesses, and the government services how to use KROOM and the potential of KROOM.
Thank you. Doctor, you have anything to add to what Vijay had just said?
Yes, the typical use cases varies based on what we call vision, mission, goals, and objectives of the brands and the clients that we are serving through KROOM. So in this particular case, for example, we are working with one of the largest partners that we have in Latin America, that they provide exhibitions, for instance. So therefore, we integrate our services for them, that people can go into pavilion, for example, and visit a job fair or an exhibition or a food fair or any of these kind of activities, that it can become more proactive, more informative, not just, visiting a site, because people are looking for excitements, for ways that they can engage and interact. So if you want to go and visit a booth, for example, when we click in here, now we can start broadcasting content. As Vijay mentioned to you, we can provide company information, catalog, coupons, talk to an online agent. This online agent can become a AI person or a human person. These are all things that we are exploring. Connecting to external links, something that is value. Maybe you're doing a survey, right? Maybe you're doing a questionnaire or things in that nature, or connecting it to your WhatsApp, where you connect to, your group, so to speak. You add them to your list. This kind of things already added inside, integrated. That is one of the reasons, the power of what we refer to as what we call digital media rooms, as you can see in here. And we have a variety of showrooms that we will show in the future with our audiences, from medical to 3D to metaverse to kinds of application that educationally available, all the way going to areas where you will see some of these use cases that we are going to be sharing with you throughout the TekTalk presentation, including even doing what we call watch parties. Okay, so this watch party, as you can see right now, is me inside the room, inside another room. So we are having room in room, as you can imagine in here. And I will again mute myself. And the CDN service provider is a broadcaster that it delivers esports television. And then the moment they activate the encoding, the streaming takes place, and automatically the users that they are here as a guest participate, along with the fact that they can shop, they can go and look at rooms, they can obviously have different monetization buttons in here, like social and gallery that you're talking about, or building content that it matters, like flash news and so forth, that is based on their desire, their planning, and so forth. So our goal, again, is to be able to make the rooms adaptive. And because of that, and years of research and working with brands and ad agencies and production houses, that we have built this kind of feature, now we can eloquently explain that we can accomplish the goals and objectives inside the room and create a variety of experiences that otherwise you would never have. Back to you, Patrick.
Okay, thank you. So I also ask another question related to product and services. What about car, auto dealer, property and insurance sellers, agents? How can they make KROOM better? How can they make KROOM to promote their product and services?
Okay, Dr. Moradi, if you can do that screen share again, I think we have got an auto dealer that will give a explicit visualization so that the viewers can have a look at what KROOM's capabilities are. Now the auto dealers can have a virtual auto dealership through KROOM, okay, and they can now upload their car material, their manual, and they can literally showcase their car showroom in KROOM. Now you have got a virtual showroom. Now, if you can see there, you can see that the car model is there in the background where it's in a 360-degree video. And you literally can sit down in the luxury of your home, hotel, or in a holiday and still purchase your vehicle instead of being physically present in the showroom to purchase the car. So these are some of the variables that can be done in KROOM. And if you look at the left-hand side button, the manuals are there. And most importantly now is the auto dealers are able to monetize through advertisers. So now they can put the logos of the advertisers there and obtain ad view guarantee. So this is something that is, you can't do it in your normal auto dealership. So these are the value propositions that you can have in KROOM. And also the property agents.
Post-COVID forced a lot of people to stay at home, as you probably know. So hybrid work and hybrid entertainment became a byproduct of COVID-19, as you probably again know. So one of the areas we wanted to do is help retailers, dealers, broadcasters, and so forth to reach out to the public. So one of the areas was this room that we were facilitating around the globe. Example of this is this virtual showroom, right, by the auto dealer that allows them, a person virtually can come from the convenience of their home, visit, speak with the car salesperson, or go to the service department, even schedule a test drive, and all of these things are done in real time. So the general idea is KROOM can become your personal concierge, can help you with the information from this kind of use all the way to medical doctors, where you can see your doctors. There is another value that we need to mention in here because it's extremely important, is these rooms that you're experiencing, they are not just pages, they are intelligence. So for example, when we are going into a 3D metaverse, for instance, and we start talking about the metaverse, then that is something that our audience want to be involved or get into it, but they don't know how, right? Now we are bringing that inside the rooms, and the rooms can give them the capability of creating a visualization that otherwise they would have never realized. So when they come here and they participate, right? And then it allows them to walk around and go through the booth and so forth. So we just wanted you guys to have a little glimpse of this because we will have events and sessions to talk about every one of these subject matters. And that is why it becomes extremely valuable, why people should use Room. Example of that is for telemedicine in the rural area, right? A KROOM can become a telemedicine location that all of a sudden provides real-time physicians, okay, connected to the hospitals. We are doing this right now in United States as a project because in my past career, I managed 20 million lives, saving lives through heart monitorings and so forth. and we are bringing that kind of services now to the patients, which we believe KROOM can do the same in that region to connect the people, so the travel time for medical needs, emergencies, and things like that can be mitigated. These are some use cases that I can definitely share with you. Back to you.
Thank you. We are nearing the end of our TekTalk show tonight. So Vijay and Dr. Maradi, are there any else or any thought or view that you want to add before we end the session? 30 seconds.
Please join us for our coming shows in order for you all to have an insight into KROOM, whereby we will be sharing the technology behind KROOM in the coming shows, and enjoy KROOM in a very private and secured manner, and protect yourselves from the noise of the internet and the hacking community outside. Over to you, Dr. Moradi.
Well, the most important thing is trust and confidence. With trust and confidence, we can overcome many challenges together. And we come with the open arm, with the willingness and the process that Mr. Patrick and K Media has spent and provided this platform for our subscribers. So we encourage you to sign up at K Media. Click on the QR, if you will, freeze it, and just sign up. When you sign up, then you are giving us the permission to grant you either the standard room, or if you prefer premium room. But without your registration, without your participation, we will not bother you. We will not do anything to violate your privacy. So encouraging you to take the first step to register becomes the most important thing, followed by the content that Mr. Vijay mentioned and Patrick will be sharing with you as future arrives. Back to you.
So thank you so much for being here with us, Vijay and Dr. Maradi. I want to thank all our audience tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you, our wonderful behind the scene crew. Thank you for your work. And also thank you to others, my other colleagues who have been helping us to advertise and publicize this event in the Borneo Post, Xinhua, Utusan Borneo, and Oriental Daily News. But to the audience and viewers, each month, if not every week, we'll be diving into thought-provoking discussions that will leave you inspired and educated. If you have any questions about KROOM, please post it on our social media channels, Facebook and IG, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Remember to check out our latest update on our social media channels to know our next TekTalk show. Be sure to join our next sections of TekTalk. We'll be sharing on technology that brings KROOM and the KROOM experience and many other interesting topics. Until then, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep spreading the positivity. Thank you very much once again. See you soon.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Take care.